Letters of John Nelson Darby, Volume 1, Letter 276E, of 1031. P. 463, W. Pickard, my dear brother, I thank you for your note and its enclosures. I am still going on, through mercy, with my work, helped and happy in it. I have just been to Quebec and to the eastern townships, and am soon on my way, D.V., to New York, I suppose this week. I have seen none of the attacks on my tracts, nor have I sought to see them, as I know the objections, and I look on them simply as an evil attack on myself, which I can freely leave to the Lord. Yesterday and today I have heard they are in Canada, and I leave them in Canada to their readers as I do in England, and have not sought to see them. As to the substance of the matter, I am perfectly satisfied that my adversaries and not myself are in the wrong. The case seems to me so sad a one on their part, that I am glad to be silent, and leave it to God. What may be needed to relieve brethren's minds I will do, but defend myself I am fully settled not to do. I believe that to every willing mind my statements are blessed and edifying, some parts one suppose difficult to be entered into by an unexercised mind. I believe the acceptance of their views would be partly error, partly a fatal principle, which is really NS, or I would have withdrawn my papers for the sake even of those two brethren in peace, but I believe it would have been the acceptance of dishonor done to Christ, once the question was raised. I have a much more decided judgment than brethren are aware of in the matter, but waited clearness as to the Lord's judgment on how I should deal with the matter, as it might have been leading the weak to doubtful disputations. That only was what I feared might have been the evil of my original papers. When you print it is for all necessarily, but so far am I from thinking there is error in what I meant, that if I could I would have that truth with brethren, if not, without them. I may wait anxiously to see the right way of dealing with the attacks, or the anxiety of the brethren, or judge myself as to the opportuneness of the original publication, but the truth as to the Lord's sufferings I am not going to give up, nor what will edify me. In adoringly inquiring into them, I have gained immensely, and what I am not going to give up. My question is how to deal with the case for the good of brethren and before God. It is possible we needed humbling from the blessing we had received. It may be that the going out was necessary, that it might be made manifest that they were not all of us. It is sad, but God has never allowed what was contradictory to principle, or evil, to remain concealed among brethren, though he has dealt most tenderly and graciously with us. I have no doubt he will secure his own testimony, though if we have got out of a low place he may put us into it. We may have Bochum because we have not Gilgal. I am anxious at any rate not to get out of the place of meekness, and to take Abigail's advice, and in nothing to avenge myself. Patience must have its perfect work. The effort of Satan is much more to swamp godly exclusion of connivance at evil doctrine, than anything as to evil doctrine itself, but here there is a principle which will only be so much the dearer to godly brethren. The Lord watches over his church, rejoice not against me, O my enemy, and see. I expect, of course, the diligent circulation of attacks by those without. But as we say in French, l'ennemi fait un ouvre que le trompe. Your affectionate brother in Christ. En route to New York, November, 1866. 51276E.